Hey there everyone, Hanyou here, and welcome back to Higurashi When They Cry, Ch.1 Onikakushi. Last episode, we talked a bit with... He's like the only character in this I can't remember the freaking name of. Oh, come on. No, go away, Steam pop-ups. Anyway, so yeah, we had a conversation with him. He told us about the curse of the deity of Hinamizawa, and yeah, it's very interesting, and something tells me things are about to get a little grimdark in this series, so I'm already a little bracing for it. So, carrying on from where we left off last time. Understood, I'll wear this the next time I come here. I promise. Everyone cheered and applauded. It was the finest parting gift possible for a buddy heading out tonight. I saw the woman who was with Tomatake-san standing near the festival grounds. Seemed Tomatake-san noticed her too and knew it was time to leave. Seems like your guest is waiting. Isn't it about time? Yeah, that's certainly how it seems. Tomatake-san headed off towards her and seemed to apologize for making her wait. We all shouted stuff at Tomatake-san. Each time we did, he looked back and waved his hand. Eventually, he faded into the darkness of the night, out of sight. It was quite the casual farewell. This wasn't the first time any of us had seen someone off. They had done the same thing many times before. He's gone. Well, it's about time we take off too. Rika-chan had to stay behind with the other committee members since they were having a meeting. Satoko was tagging along with her. I'm headed back home with the usual suspects. The walk back was quite lively with talk of the day's war stories. Should have done this, should have done that, that kind of stuff. Rina and I parted ways with Mion, and then it was just the two of us. Then we got to my house and I parted ways with Rina as well. It's already pretty late. Are you alright by yourself? Yeah, I'm perfectly fine. It's close. I'm going to run too. If you run into some weirdo, just yell. If someone does come, will you come and save me? Maybe? If I hear you. Oh, okay. I'll scream loud enough so you can hear me. Merrily spinning her arms around at high speed, Rina dashed off. She was fine. In that mode, not even an adult could stand against her. Rina's cheerful presence disappeared and it finally became quiet again. The curse that not a single person even whispered about. The more I learned about it tonight, the more unsettling it became. It didn't show on any of their faces, but they were probably all quite concerned about it as well. But if nothing happens tonight, then it all ends up being just crazy talk. Nothing will happen, nothing bad, nothing at all. What's wrong, Keiichi? Why are you standing in a place like that? Come inside, you'll catch a cold. It was my mom. Did you go, Mom? To the Watanagashi festival? In the end, your father didn't wake up. So I missed it. A little disappointing. Mom stuck her tongue out with a bit of an embarrassed look on her face. I have a bad feeling. You received new tips. I received 4 new tips. All relating to the curse. The falling incident, the death's priest, the housewife murder, and a radio log. Alright, let's start off with the Hojo couple's falling incident. From the June 1980 edition, on the afternoon of XX at 2 p.m., office employee Quadruple X and his wife Quadruple X of Hinamazawa Village in Shishibone Prefecture disappeared after falling 27 meters from the observatory platform in Shirakawa Prefecture. Police and firefighters searched downstream and discovered the body of blank at around 7 p.m. that evening. His wife has yet to be found. The search has run into difficulties due to effects of Typhoon 3 from the previous day. It appeared a railing at the observatory that the Double X's leaned on had broken, causing them to fall. The groundskeeping staff was questioned by the police in regards to the facility deterioration, and if park maintenance was performed properly. That was a short clip. So these are all going to be short little snippets then, I'd imagine. From the June 1981 edition. You know, the festival is supposed to... The Watanakashi... The festival is supposed to be an end of winter festival, and yet all these clippings are from like June. But wouldn't the end of winter festival be like in like February or March? On the afternoon of blank around 10 p.m. in the blank district of Hinamazawa Village in Shishibone Prefecture, the Shinto priest of the Furude Shrine passed away after an existing condition he was recovering from suddenly worsened. Parties close to the deceased said he was suffering from anxiety issues concerning the festival, which was to be held that day. But again, June. You'd think that a festival celebrating the end of winter would be like around springtime. March, April, or at the very least late February. After Blank's death, his wife Blank went missing, leaving behind a farewell note. The police and local youth association continued the search. However, given the presence of the farewell message and the fact that Onikakushi Marsh is said to be bottomless, they have run into difficulties. Housewife murder. It wasn't reported in the newspaper. Shortest tip ever! It's a one-line thing saying it wasn't reported. Okay, next up is radio log. This is Okinomiya Station calling Unit 3. Unit 3, please respond. This is Unit 3, loud and clear. Backup is heading your way. Hold position until further instructions. Over. Roger, Unit 3 acknowledged. Requesting no headlights. Requesting radio silence. Station, the doctor has arrived. They want to carry it away. What's the order? Over. Acknowledged. Leave it to the doctor. Affirmative. Understood. Backup has arrived. Shouldn't we let them take a photo first? I think the Vic is done for. Probably related to the housewife murder, right? Alright, save. Close. Continue. Good morning. Nice job yesterday, K-chan. You didn't do so badly yourself, Mian. Yesterday was fun. Oh, that's right. Keiichi-kun, thank you very much. For Mr. Bear. I'm glad you like it. Don't use it as a pincushion, though. I wouldn't. Still chatting happily, we entered the classroom, but the moment I stepped into the room, a splashing sound and a nasty sensation. It was a bucket filled to the brim with water, and unfortunately, my foot stepped right into it. My now, how diligent of you to mop the floor this morning. Clomp, 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 whip, whiff. Blah! Keiichi-san flicked my forehead. You should set a more brutal trap next time. Saying that, Rina began to swoon as Mian looked on dejectedly. Everything was the same as always. Everybody was there and nothing felt out of place. The uncertainties I'd had in the back of my mind since yesterday had vanished. What is it, Keiichi-kun? Didn't get enough sleep, maybe? I slept like a log, but if you want, I'll do some reenactment during class. I'll do a reenactment during class. You shouldn't do that. Mian alerted us that the teacher was coming, so everyone shuffled off to their seats. Good morning, everyone. So yesterday was the festival. Thank you to all the people who stayed until the very end to help clean up. We were all slackers, so none of us actually helped clean up. Actually, I had a feeling that the only thing we did was run around the festival and cause a ruckus. Okay, then, this time of year, you might see some people here from out of town doing interviews about the festival for magazines. I thought it was the usual stuff, so I was going to tune it out, but then I noticed the different tone in her voice and started paying attention. You may be asked questions. Please don't say anything silly or something that could be taken the wrong way. Do you understand? In unison, everyone replied, "Yes, ma'am." What she'd said was really vague, but I understood what she was trying to say. After all, this was the 5th year. There were probably lots of third-rate reporters pouring in, hoping something regarding the curse had happened. It did nothing but perpetuate the village's bad image. She was saying, "Don't spout stupid shit you think is funny." And now I was one of the ones who needed to keep their mouths shut. I found it rather cute how I felt a sense of unity from such a trite thing, if I do say so myself. I was summoned to club activities after school. Since everybody was still pretty tired from yesterday, we just spent the entire day relaxing. Yeah, that wasn't happening. Today, let's play a classic game of deduction. How about this one? Oh, a game from overseas. Looks interesting. What is it, Clue? The instructions are in English, but the rules don't seem that hard. I won't lose, you hear? I'm not too bad at this game. It seemed that Rina didn't handle this kind of game very well. The rules are the person who can match the murderer, weapon, and scene of the crime wins. It is Clue! There are 3 kinds of cards comprised of suspects, weapons, and locations. I could see that the names Mian and Rika were written on the suspect cards. Oh, a card with my name on it as well. There are plenty of different weapons too, like knives, axes, and poison. The locations are pretty nice too, like the living room, the study, and the courtyard. So basically, you take out one of each of the cards. These are the answer cards. So we shuffle the remaining cards and hand them out. We ask each other about the cards and figure out the right ones. Ah, I see. So the cards nobody has are the true perpetrators. Then you raise your hand if you know the answer. It is Clue. They just written on instead of plum and mustard and all that other type of stuff. They wrote their own names on the cards for the people. I like that, actually. It's a bit of a personal touch to the game. Then you raise your hand if you know the answer. The game ends and we check if the answer is correct. If you're right, then you get a point. If you're wrong, then you lose a point. Since the game ends, even if no one gets it right, all the cards are gathered up and redistributed. You'll learn as you go. You really have to use your brain. You'll get confused if you don't take notes. The rest of you can figure out by playing, so Mian, what's the penalty this time? Everyone directed their attention to Mian. Let's see. We're all still a little tired from yesterday, so maybe we'll take it easy with a gopher penalty. You'll be asked to rush out and buy stuff for everyone. So just being asked to go buy stuff like drinks and candy, I guess. I feel like the penalty today is pretty simple. I wonder, is it really? Is Keiichi-san thinking what I'm thinking? Yeah. You don't know what you'll have to go buy. I'm betting Mian would send out whoever loses to buy stuff like hemorrhoid cream or happy family planning manual or other crazy stuff. The cards were lightly shuffled and passed out to each player. The real perpetrator, the correct weapon, and the scene of the murder have been taken out, so that means all the cards I have in my hand are innocent cards. Then I'll go first since I'm the club president, I guess. Well then, Mian, knife, study. You pick one suspect, weapon, and murder scene and ask each person. If you have any of those cards, then you must say, I have one. However, you don't need to say which one you have. Yeah, I got it. Me too. I have one. Oh my, all of them are here. 3 people answered when she asked if they had Mian, knife, and study. So that means that Mian, knife, and study are all in the clear. Got to jot that down. Then I'll go Rena, Axe, Lounge. Only 2 people said they had one. So it means out of Rena, Axe, and Lounge, one of them is correct and is part of the crime. No wait, even if they say they have one, they don't have to say how many. It's possible that either Satoko or Rika-chan has 2 of the cards. Well, Kei-chan is next, go ahead. Wait just a little. I'm still sorting things out. The game has me thinking more than I thought. Oh man, this feels like it's gonna be tough. Alright, now I have the criminal. What? Already? Here I'm spinning around in circles and Mian just now raises her hand. The murderer is Rika-chan in the infirmary with the poison. Well, Mian drew the cards from the box and we checked to see if her deduction was right. You were right. All I needed was one more hand. I couldn't tell if it was poison or a pistol. I'd never use a pistol. I like killing them slowly with poison. Rika-chan said such a hugely terrifying thing with such a sweet little face. Oh boy. Everyone was making a commotion about how they almost had it. Rina and I were left out in the cold, though. How did you do, Keiji-kun? I couldn't get it at all. Don't worry, I had no idea either. How can you both be so unsure? You'll both end up in last place together at this rate. That's even worse. Going off buying something together as a couple. What if we ended up having to buy the Happy Family Planning Guide? I can tell from Keiichi's expression, keep hitting that button, stop hitting that button, that he's not very good at this game. What? That's not true. I'll show you the true power of Sherlock Mebara during the next round. My, that sounds just wonderful. I shall give you quite the thrashing. After that, I managed to somewhat grasp the trick behind the game. But I was still always a step or two behind. I saw that Mion was somehow gleaning information from how the others were asking their questions. That level of experience was just too much. The only way I could stage a comeback was if I became ruthless. I tossed out the simple concept of deduction and switched over to the thought process needed to win. The important thing isn't to find out the criminal, it's to win at the game. Eureka! Sorry, need to go to the bathroom. Take your time and squeeze out a nice one. Really? Mi-chan, that's gross. I had them hold off the game and headed down the hall. The air was crisp. It showed just how stagnant the air in the classroom was from our body heat. On the school grounds, some of our classmates were still playing around. After spending some time cooling my head, Rina had made her way over toward me. Keiji-kun, did you call for me? Yeah, I did. As I got up from my seat, I winked over at Rina. I'm glad it worked out. I don't want to waste much time, so I'll get right to the point. Rina, what's your record at this game we're playing today? She was taken aback. After a moment, she hesitantly opened her mouth. Well, all losses. Why do you ask, I wonder? I could tell from how apprehensively she was playing. The way things are going, I will as well. I can't figure out a way to pull off a last-minute comeback on this one. So, I guess both of us will be taking that penalty. Hey, don't accept defeat already. How about we win this? Both of us. But how can we? I brought my lips to Rina's ear. Whisper, 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 whisper. Huh? Is that allowed? Did you forget, Rina, the second rule of our society? Do everything in your power to obtain victory. Yeah, I'll try my best. Our plan of attack was a quite rudimentary one. At the beginning of the game, everyone would be focused on their own hand for a while, taking notes and whatnot. Since our seats were right next to each other, we'd reveal our hands to each other. If we did it under the desk, then nobody would know. We'd begin the game with twice as much information as everyone else. Having this much information would mean we'd need to investigate less. With this sort of plan of attack, we start off with a big lead over the other guys. Yeah, with this we can probably win. We both smirked at each other. If I was the shady businessman, then Rina was the corrupt senator. Pleasure doing business with you. And let's hurry back. We'll work as a duo to surprise everyone. Hey now, there's no point if we go back together. It would be flat out telling them we made a little arrangement. Oh, sorry, then what should we do? Go back ahead of me, Rena. I'll take my time coming back after washing my face or something. Okay, got it. Rena turned around and headed back into the classroom. I guess I should wait a bit longer before going back. If I went too soon, it wouldn't seem like I went to the bathroom. If Mion or one of them suspected something, then there could be problems. Well, they'd figure it out sooner or later because both Rena and I would start winning over and over again. Both Rena and I will have earned enough points to avoid being the losers by the time Mion realized what was happening. Excellent. Not bad at all. Mebara-kun, may I have a moment? Huh? It's the teacher. Man, were just getting good. What is it? You have a guest. Please make your way to the entrance. A guest? It's not like I own a hotel. They have been waiting. Please hurry. It was rather unfortunate that I'd have someone waiting for me right before my big match, but I was more interested in the unexpected guest. I didn't want to waste any time, so I decided to take care of it quickly. The entryway was a heavy contrast from the hot sunlight and deep shadows. Waiting there, looking uncomfortably warm, was a middle-aged man, his tie sloppily loosened and his jacket tucked under his arm. Are you Mebara-san? Kiichi Mebara-san? There was no question that he wasn't a resident of Hinamizawa, and that this was without a doubt the first time he had met me. Ever since I met Toмотake-san, I'd been running into so many middle-aged men. That's right. Who might you be? I have the AC on in my car. Let's talk there. It's a bit hot here, don't you think? The man, completely ignoring my question, pointed over to his car parked near the gate and began walking. You've got to be kidding me. I had no intention of going along with some geezer I didn't even know, and he was asking me to get in his car with him. Smart man. Smart kid. You're a smart kid, Keiichi. I'm not going to bite. Come on now. He opened the back door of his car and called me over. I didn't like this old man, but I wanted to know what this was about. Even while knowing that conversations that start out like this have never led to anything good. The inside of his car was pretty cool. Cars with air conditioners were supposed to be a luxury. My dad didn't have one in his car, at least. Please let me know if it's too cold for you, okay? I have a habit of cranking it all the way up. So what business do you have with me? Out of spite, I decided to ignore his remark in the same way he did to me and start my own line of questioning. He pulled out a notepad from his pocket and took out a picture that was stuck between the pages. On it was the face of a pretty goofy-looking guy. If you know anything related to this individual, then please tell me. Who the heck is this? I doubt even his close friends would be able to recognize who he was from his expressionless picture that looked like it was taken at the DMV. There were scribbles on his shirt done in permanent marker. Oh. Expressionless picture, huh? Scribbles on his shirt in permanent marker, huh? Fucking hell, I hate it when I'm right. Well, I hate it when I'm right when it comes to stuff like this. Tomatake-san's dead, isn't he? Starting with yours, Mebara-san, and quite a few of your classmates signed as well. Foresight can be such a pain in the ass when it comes to stuff like this. I almost always am right with my gut feelings when it comes to games and anime and stuff like that. And sometimes it pisses me off. Sometimes I get a hell of a good laugh out of it. Like, there was this one I was watching Girls Bravo not too long ago, and it was near the end of the second season, and they did something that I suggested they do offhandedly at the beginning of the episode, and I broke out laughing. I cracked up. I couldn't stop laughing for like 5 minutes because it was just so damn funny. But there are times when I like being right, and then there's times like this where I just hate being right. And this is one of those moments I hate being right. Fuck you. Fuck my head sometimes, too. Seriously. Huh? This is Tomatake-san. There was no hint of his unreliable and easygoing personality in this photo. And you know what? I'm gonna end this episode here on this grim note. And yeah. If you enjoyed this episode, please leave it a like. Don't forget to subscribe for more content in the future. And until next time, everybody, have a good one. I'll see you later. Bye.